What?
You're recording.
No.
That seems about right.
Never not recording.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Do you see the big red light? That
Yeah.
means it's recording.
I mean, there's a lot of red lights from my point of view.
That's true. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm tired of you talking.
For those who are the uninitiated, here we are. Bye, guys. You're part of the podcast. Here we are. It's Beer Karma release day. Yay!
Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, promotional products and design. They cover your brand bumper to bumper with graphic design, promo products, and print. See what Dire Oil Graphics can build for you at direoil.com. That's DYEROIL.com.
Smooth Jazz.
Yeah.
He's technically not a sponsor. It's just a guy I found at another brewery to do my voiceover. I can't make that up. But that
did a good
sexy
job.
voice.
Nigel meets people in a buffet and, makes friends.
Uh-oh, Kevin's here. Just in time.
What's up,
oh,
Kevin?
he brought some Beer Karma, too. Look at
Oh, look at that.
it. It is Beer Karma Day.
Banana beer.
The
Savannah
beer.
banana
Oh,
beer.
like
Savannah banana.
Savannah banana beer.
Banana?
The Savannah bananas.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Beer Karma is real. Charlie, you know what Beer Karma is? So we have rules on this podcast, right, Nick?
Rule number 1.
Don't die.
Rule number 2.
Don't be a dick.
There
Chris
we go.
knows. So if you're a dick,
You don't get beer
you
karma.
ruin your Beer Karma.
You ruin your beer karma. I was
Well,
looking at the Cellartween.
I mean,
Whoa, me?
if the shoe fits, here we are. So this is year 4 of Beer Karma.
That's true.
Year 4. Nick, go ahead and tell them what it was Nick's go to do it. What'd you do, Nick?
We did a coffee peanut butter stout. And Nolan, fantastic job.
Thank you.
Although the tween actually did all the work on this one.
Yeah, that was my day.
I mean, the physical labor.
Yeah.
I had to do.
I
I
mean-
had to do the mental gymnastics and all of that stuff
Well,
to make it happen.
the stupid vising.
That too.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of stupid vising in that brew day. Every year there is. So
We've done this same
oatmeal
oatmeal
stout.
stout base recipe
Correct.
now for 4 years. We
Yep.
just keep playing with the adjuncts.
Yep.
Year 1 was cranberry cinnamon.
Correct.
Year 2 was the chocolate mint.
Correct.
And year 3 last year was your dad's Jawbreaker Red Hots.
The atomic fireballs.
Atomic Fireballs,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
it was more like Mexican hot chocolate inspired. That's just where we got the spice on it. Was the atomic fireballs. So now you're the first one that's gotten to do 2.
That's true.
So how do you feel your first iteration versus second iteration on this?
Well, I like this one because I didn't have to do as much work this time, so that appeals to my lazy sensibilities.
No. Hold on. I feel like you actually did some work this year because when Connor and I talked
Yeah.
about it, I was like, bro, let's have him do all the shit.
I did not do all of the shit.
You did. I saw you up on the brew stand.
You did some stuff.
There's
I did
a great picture of you with your hand in your holding your head.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you're
while
actually
he's
doing some
milling
work.
in.
Have
Yeah.
you not seen that picture?
No, what am I doing?
Oh, you're resting your
I
chin.
I do remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
We post a photo.
Yeah, you were technically working, right? Yeah. I feel
I
like you did more work this year.
I did do some magnificent squeegee work
Nice.
this time.
Nice.
Did he? Did he, Connor? How was the squeegee work?
It was pretty good. He didn't get his shoes dirty, so that's.
Well, that's not even
Isn't
work.
that-
I don't know. Connor's not an expert with the squeegee either, so he
Is
may
he?
not be.
come on.
He may not be the right
isn't
one to
the
judge.
I don't
idea
know
to
about
clean
that.
and not get your shit dirty?
I mean, it's ideal to not get your shoes dirty while you're squeegeeing when you're not wearing boots.
I did not wear boots.
It's a bold move.
Well, it's a bold beer, Connor. It's a bold beer. Has everybody had it yet? How many have tried it?
I have.
I like that. Did we do okay?
Did we do okay? Come on, have more faith than that.
Well, look, I have said this over and over. I'm not a brewer.
Or
I can tell you flavors that might go together because I know how to cook. But, yeah, brewery is math and science. No, thank you.
I mean, brewing is basically cooking, but I think it's more baking.
With rules.
Baking
What
side of
would you
things,
call
right?
it? Brewing was what?
No,
Jazz?
no, cooking is jazz.
Cooking is jazz. Brewing is what?
It's goddamn classical music.
So you're saying I'm the Beethoven of the brewing world?
I call you Bach.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take it. Now, so I do have a question for you, Connor. So that was the first time that you've had to be up there and talking to people and somewhat
Yeah.
teaching.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was kind of a hurdle.
Yeah.
To I know what I'm doing, but to tell someone else the process without the complete knowledge. Like I've got a good base back there.
Yeah.
But I can't explain everything in detail like you can.
Right.
I think I asked a couple of like sciencey process
And I'm just like,
questions,
yeah, don't
and he's
ask.
like, I don't know. Nolan just tells me to do it this way.
Well, why don't you come ask me those so that I can actually
I don't
give
think
you an
you were.
explanation?
I don't think you were
well,
there.
I mean, just
at
hold
that
on
point.
to them later.
Yeah, yeah.
You
come
left
ask
for a
me,
while.
Yeah.
But I was kind of excited for you to do this because I had to do that with you for 3 months on the training side of things.
Yeah.
And I don't know that everybody realizes how hard it is to be conveying what you're doing to somebody while you're trying to do that task and stay ahead of the game and like all of
And
that.
be prepared for your next step.
For the next step
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, so like the first year that we did this, I mean, you were barely a year old, right?
Yeah, I mean, we opened in August of this is the 4th, yeah, so 2020.
Yeah.
So we would have done it 3 months after we opened the doors.
So you are a lot more organized now. Like you have your math tables up there, your cheat sheets up there too as you're figuring stuff out. So I noticed a little different too in the process.
Yeah, 100%. And excuse me. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to burp into the mic.
Hey,
turn
the
away
other
from the
rule
mic.
of this
Yeah.
show, if you're
man.
gonna burp,
I'm
lean in.
I'm at work. I've got manners on. I'll take them off. Yeah, I've always said
Listen, you hired Connor and Nigel. There's no manners in this place.
That hurt. I made a mistake there, that's for sure. I've always said, too, that it takes 200 brews to really, know your brew system, too. And I think your guys' brew was 265. So, I mean, in the last year and a quarter, we actually hit that 200 brew mark. And that right around that 200 brew mark, it was a point where I was like, anything could happen on this brew stand, and I would know exactly what to do and how to handle it and all of that. So it definitely feels a lot different being up there, which the funny thing is that now that we've hit that point, Connor's actually doing the majority of the brewing now. I'm not even touching the brew stand very often and
That's a good thing.
doing things. So
That means you get to be owner.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like as soon as I actually get a handle on something, then I shift to a different position and move on to something else that I have no idea what I'm doing and having to figure out again.
That's
so.
the fun of entrepreneurship.
I guess some people would say that. I just live in a perpetual state of confusion and trying to stumble through life. So.
That's just life.
Yeah, heard.
That's just,
Heard.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you felt, I got it? Because you talk about it takes 200 brews at 265, you felt like you can handle. But do you remember was there a moment you think,
I don't remember a specific moment, but it was right around that 200 mark. I remember kind of seeing that 200 on the page, going yeah, I've actually got this. I completely understand, which is such a stark contrast
That's a
to
shit
brew
ton, by the
number
way.
one. It is,
a shit
yeah.
ton.
It's a lot. But yeah, such a stark contrast to brew number one, where I was surprised that I made it through the brew day and just trying to figure the system out and stuff. So,
can I make a comment here that I actually like not having Nigel talk?
makes me sound a lot better.
For those wondering, Nick and I, as we always plan really great, we didn't plan this so well. But here we are.
What do you mean we always play really great?
We normally don't plan.
No.
It just happens. So here we are. But
You're
keep
doing
on
great,
talking.
Nigel. You're doing great.
Well, I'm over here washing dishes, man. It's fine.
I think we need everybody in the tap room to give you a rating on service today, just to see if it's lacking because you're doing two
I got a
things.
3 over here. I got 3. Is that 3 out of 3?
6.5. We got Bedoin giving a 6.5. Step it up, Nigel.
I'm looking for a 69. Anyone?
Heard. I got you right here.
Nice. That's a 3 out of 50-11.
That's a shit ton. We all know that.
What was that? Do you remember what that brew was? About 200?
It was probably one of our flagships, to be honest with you. I mean, just statistically, it was probably Kickstand.
Which one do you think you nail every time? Because look, I know whatever your product you're making, right? You're creating as an owner, you always are gonna nitpick a little bit. I can do that better. But is there one that you're like, I fucking nail this?
Honestly, I think just all the flagships. Just because we brew them so much. I mean, in-house Kickstand sells 2 to 1 almost every single other brand, and then the amount that we're putting into distro as well, and so all of the flagships just feel like they're really dialed and solid every single time.
You could just keep doing this and the wee bit, and I'd be happy.
Cool.
There we go.
There we go.
There we are. So I asked you which
Was
one
that a
you
tween
nailed.
burp? Was that a
No,
tween
that was
burp
not
I
me.
heard?
That was
was
not
Nolan.
me. That was Nolan.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You're not much. Welcome to the club.
Thanks, man.
Now you know when Connor does it.
Oh Oh yeah,
Yeah,
everyone will
when
know.
Conor burped one time, I thought it was me, and it was not.
Connor can throw his burp.
I sure can.
Just the ventriloquist.
So I asked you which one that you did best. Which one does Connor screw up the most?
How much time do you have? No, I think the biggest one was the kickstand, wasn't it? No. What was your big mess up?
Yeah,
on
that was kickstand.
kickstand, which
Whoopsie
turned into
daisy.
Whoopsie Daisy.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even remember what happened.
Which
on that
turned
one,
out freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was a great variation on the kickstand.
I
and
shut off Sparge like way too early.
Oh, that's right. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
So tell us what happened. You're doing the kickstand Kolsch.
Yeah. So there's like 2 numbers on the brew sheet where one number is the amount of Sparge water, and the second number is your
That
total
just sounds
amount.
dirty. I don't even know what you're talking about, but it sounds.
So
dirty.
I cut it off not at the total amount of water, but at the Sparge amount of water. So it was still like 70 gallons short of what was supposed to be in the beer.
Explain what Sparge is to people.
Reintroducing water to create a grain bed.
You can't see the look on his face.
I'm looking at him.
I'm staring deeply into Connor's eyes to see if he knows what Sparge is.
Introducing water on top of the grain bed
Yeah.
to create the stuff, the beer. Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
For those that don't know, Sparge
Remember,
is
podcasting is an audio only.
Oh no, they can hear my hand.
yeah, they
Whoa.
sure can. The whipping of it going past the microphone
I
because you're
can
so
hear
scared
your
right
hand.
now. No, sparging is when you add
That's what she said.
you add fresh water to the top of the mash in order to extract as much sugar out of the grains as possible.
And so you did that too early.
Yes.
He
way
shut
too
it
early.
off too
Shut
early.
it off too early.
Shut it off too early. So we
Yeah.
ran the mash bed dry before we got the total amount of water that we needed. So essentially, we had to reestablish the grain bed, and I mean, we probably could have passed it off as kickstand, but I didn't feel comfortable calling it kickstand, so just called an audible, made it something else, and then brewed another batch of kickstand on the backside of it, and it turned out well.
Yeah, it was a good beer. I liked it a lot.
Did you do anything different? I mean, since you're changing it anyway, did you do anything different?
Yeah, we went through
did
a
different
quick
hops.
change. Yeah, so instead of doing Tetning, we put Sriracha Ace hops on it,
Yeah.
and just kind of changed up the profile. That way, it was different enough that we could call it something different for sure. So.
Will you ever mess it up and do that again?
No, Lord no.
I mean, we could. It'd be easy to replicate.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I know where I messed up, but I wouldn't want to do it again.
yeah, no, it's not fun. It
Are-
adds time to the brew day too.
Have there been other beers that were accidental?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of.
Tad bit much?
Yeah, tad bit much. So that was supposed to be a Scottish export that I put way too much chocolate malt. And the funniest thing is about every single one of these accidental ones, I've literally that morning sat there looking at the brew sheet going like, this doesn't feel right. And then just moved forward with the brew anyways. And then sure enough, I was like, I was right. And every single time. So Tad Bit Much came out way too dark. We ended up calling that a session brown ale.
Yeah.
And then the other one actually is one of everybody's favorites, Mousetrap.
Oh, that's right.
Mousetrap was supposed to be a Dubel. But I did not put nearly enough dark Belgian candy sugar. Same thing. I went to our taproom manager at the time that morning and went, this feels like it's way light on dark Belgian. And I was like, all right, screw it, let's go. And it came out yellow. And I was not even close.
That's a damn good mess up.
But that is, it's one of our most anticipated releases every single year now is Mousetrap. So I think that's a testament to if your processes are on and you're controlling all the variables in the right way, you can make up for a lot in recipe development just by getting the brew day right in and of itself. So
There you go. Hey, Nigel. Nigel, you know what it's time for?
Mystery beer.
Today.
Charlie over there was asking for what's rule number 2. He didn't know. Charlie, I know it's hard for you. Don't be a dick.
it's really hard for Charlie.
I feel like he looks like he wants to throw something at you at that point.
If only could reach here.
we have a special mystery beer.
Well, Kevin brought some mystery beer. So did JB. That is a cute little bag. Oh my Lord, it's so cute.
Oh, it's adorbs.
I
Totes
feel like you should be
adorbs.
sitting in the kiddie pool while you hand that out.
He stole it from somebody in the kiddie pool. It looks like.
Did you push a 10-year-old over for that one?
Hey, 9-year-olds, dude.
Oh, sorry.
8-year-olds, dude.
So, whoa.
Got it wrong.
Yep, 8-year-olds.
What? Not everybody gets a beer. Sorry.
Speaking of, Nigel, could we get some taster glasses?
Since he was.
I'm on it.
I mean, can you act like you know what you're doing, Tenenbaum?
No.
I feel like the overall rating is slowly dropping.
Connor, why don't you do the honors? Reach in there.
All right.
There's only 2, so you're gonna get 1.
All right.
Left or right?
Put your little tween hand in there.
I don't know. Knowing Connor, he might actually pull.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm here for it.
Oh, was that
Well-
a suck up move? Did you? Are you sucking
This-
up to
this
Nolan
beer
with
is
this
not a
Mr.
mystery.
Beer?
Not a mystery at all.
This
and
beer is not
I
a
think
mystery.
I think Nick is the only one that can play guess the ABV on this one.
I don't remember the ABV.
Yeah, so
you're
you're the only
Yeah,
one. I
good.
know exactly what the.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so this is. I guess we haven't announced the beer. This is 2022 What Barrels. So yeah,
Hi.
this is now
The Blues
2
are
years
here.
old, 3 years old. So.
Hey,
The
everybody
Blues
say hi
are
to the
here.
Blues.
Oh.
Come on in. You know the drill. You've seen this movie before. I don't know what episode these guys
Connor,
are
you
on,
can
but
give me
they're
just
awesome.
like 2 ounces of that
Heard.
because I know how high test this is.
So I think because it's been a while. Let's go backward and let's tell the What Barrel story because it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite stories. I like it when business owners mess with their clientele.
Yeah. So
And you got to do that.
yeah, for sure. And this is one of the best payoffs. And I have to to start off give credit to our staff for making this actually work. But when we first
you go,
opened,
sir.
one of the first things that anybody would ask is, when are you guys going to start barrel aging? When are you guys going to start barrel aging? And I couldn't tell you the number of times that I heard that question in the first 6 months. So of course, me being the person that I am, I had to troll everybody. We got barrels, brewed a barrel aged barley wine, put them in very plain view in the brewery. And anytime a customer would ask, hey, what are you guys barrel aging? The whole staff would go, what barrels? What barrels? And we had Mug Club members that were pissed, like about to walk out of this place because nobody would tell them what it was. But then whenever the first year anniversary came around, we finally announced it on Facebook. Nice.
There we go.
There it is.
We finally announced it on Facebook, and we said, hey, we've been trying to tell you what we've been putting in barrels for the last 6 months. We'd like to introduce you to What Barrels Barrel-Aged Barley Wine. And I couldn't tell you how many fuck yous I got in the next week after that from everybody who had asked about what was going on in the barrels. So it definitely a great payoff on that one. But turned out to be a great beer, and very excited to taste it every year. So.
Wow. I haven't had a 2022 in
2 years.
I had one in the fridge earlier.
Anniversary
Yeah,
party,
yeah. I had one
right?
in my fridge earlier
Yeah.
this year. So
This is the What Barrels is getting fun now because we've actually got a back stock in the cooler, so we can do verticals every year. So we're doing 3-year verticals every year whenever it releases now, which is fun. So 2021 was the original release. That was Stranahan's barrels. 2022 was Stranahan's barrels. 2023 was Knob Creek, and then this year's release was the first with Jay Rieger. And all of them have very different characters. It's been fun to see how they come out and what the barrel contributes each year.
Now it used to be. I feel like I was let down this year, but it used to be during Brew Day for Beer Karma. You'd kind of tap one of those little barrels, and we'd get a little taste.
Yeah.
That did not happen this year.
Sorry, I literally just racked today the first batch, so we've got another batch going in next week.
So I'm just gonna say I'm disappointed.
Well, do you want me to go drill it? And
Yes.
you won't get any barrel character because it's been
it's 8 hours.
12 hours.
Yeah.
But this
You
one,
need to plan better.
do you remember what was our consensus this year on the vertical between 22, 23, 24? I thought we said 22 was all our
I think
favorites.
yeah.
on
I think
everybody's,
22 held
so
up the best.
I think it has the most like caramel character, the most vanilla character, subtle on the alcohol, just super tasty and smooth barley wine.
Nice.
But
How does 22 hold up? I'm curious.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic. Here,
It's-
I will share. I mean, after I do my own poll.
John, you can take the rest of mine if you want.
No, I just. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hey, here, hold on. Don't I? I don't have another one.
Well, here, I'll tell you what. I'll just go grab another can. We can share it around. I got some in the back.
John. Oh, don't stand in front of the mic though, or in front of the speaker. No, you're gonna get feedback if you try to talk from there.
There you go. Stand
Audio
over here.
rules. Audio rules. All right, John. So now you get to do guess the ABV.
Oh.
And for those that don't know, we play a little game every time we do mystery beers. That we play Price is Right style. Closest without going over. Yeah, don't look at the board.
Is it up on the board?
Yeah, closest
Yeah,
without
don't
going
look at the
over
board.
gets the rest of the can. He just looked.
Who did?
You did.
No, I didn't. No, I had a sip of that. The can is right in front of me.
That's true. Are you gonna give a guess?
If I remember right, this is circa 11%.
Circa?
Around about or approximately. No, I'm gonna say.
Is that even coming through?
No, it's lower than that. 10.5.
Okay.
I know what it is. I'm not saying anything.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. No, I'm not staring at the board. I'm trying not to. I'm staring deep into Connor's
he's looking
eyes,
into my eyes.
so I don't look over there.
Is it the same ABV every year?
Yes.
Okay.
So I know what it is.
I'd guess double digits too. So to beat him, I'll say 10.
You could say 10.6 to beat me.
Listen, I've known this fool way too long. I do want to hit him. So I'm going to say 10 o'clock. What is it actually? What's our actual retail ABV?
Actual retail ABV is 9.5.
Oh, I went over, and you.
I said 10. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
went
would have
over
thought
too.
it was. I thought it would. I would think higher.
9.5.
It feels higher.
It does.
It's got a little that
Yeah, I think
booziness
it's,
to it.
Yeah, I see it on there.
yeah.
Oh, there it is.
All right,
Yeah.
none of us win.
No, you
Okay.
get to finish your own beer.
I'm just gonna say I see that the number there is big, but I can't really tell what that is.
That's what she said.
It's those old eyes.
Well, there we go. All right, Connor. What is the next Connor beer?
Thanks for letting me.
So I brewed a Scottish Light yesterday, my own original recipe.
How'd you come up with this one?
I figured with fall beers, can be heavy ABV, heavy in the flavor profile. I wanted something nice and light to kind of change it up a bit. I think it's going to clock in at like 3.5, 3.7%.
Oh, really?
So
Is
super light.
Is that normal for
Yeah.
for that style?
I think the ABV range for Scottish Lights was like high 2s to mid 3s. So super sessionable, like table beer.
2.8 to 3.6 or something like that. I think is the spec for it. So.
Yeah.
Describe that style for those that do not know.
So I've never had one, but I was just like looking through BJCP, and I'm like, well, that sounds fun. Let's try that out.
We were high, 2.5 to 3.2. Scottish Light. So it's a Scottish beer. Edinburgh yeast is very indicative of that. So you get kind of, a lot of people call it peaty. I think that's wrong. I think it's an earthy character that you get out of them. But with the light, light would be like your table beer in this category. So super low ABVs, obviously, really caramely, bready, good full-bodied, but even just on that low ABV side of things. So should be tasty. Scottish beers are one of my favorite categories.
I'm excited to try it.
They're so tasty. You've had We Heavy Weigh In before,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So We Heavy is just like the biggest, highest ABV of that, Scottish
style.
of the
It's
Scottish.
the big
Scottish
brother.
beers. So yeah, basically.
I didn't get to come down here for the anniversary. So
disappointed in you.
I know.
I thought we were friends.
I'm the worst.
How dare
ever. So what's next? What's the next big thing for Transparent? Other than next year's Beer Karma.
Well, I don't know. We could brush that one under the rug.
It is Nigel's year next year, so we don't
let's
really
be
care.
honest about it.
I mean, I'm going to say his was probably the weakest of the four anyway.
I think he's the lowest voted as far as beer karmas are concerned.
Look at him. He's
Look
not
for the
even paying
microphone,
attention.
Nigel. Where'd it go? Where's your microphone, Nigel? Where'd it go? Come on, defend yourself.
Nigel's not working.
This is the thing.
Tell us about it.
Y'all suck. I'm going back to
That's all you
mute.
got?
Goodbye. I'm working.
Hey, Nigel, what were you
Can
doing
you
the
carry
last?
this show, Nick?
What were you doing the last 2 years of Brew Days for Beer Karma?
Taking pictures.
If that.
Someone's gotta
Technically
do it.
his job.
Somebody's got to do it. Social media director.
Oh, speaking of, hey, I've got photos I need to send you today. Too.
Okay, heard. At some point, you need to get Chad over here so he can, he's one of our better. He's one of our sponsors. He's our
Spectacle sponsor.
yeah, spectacle sponsor. Funny story. So Chad is one of our greatest supporters, and Nick and I always struggle to read the cans for the ABV. So he sent us a box of readers. that we keep in the studio. So thank you, Chad, for helping the blind and the maimed. I don't know.
Wow. Is there going to be a service fee on every donation that you guys get? That's like the cost of spectacles, so they can all be spectacle
Here's the
sponsors.
funny thing is, Chad, you should know this. He won't use them.
Oh my God! Get Chad over here, man.
Chad, make your way down.
Hey,
You're
why
the next
don't you just
contestant.
hand him your mic so that?
You know what? Stay where you are, Chad. That makes perfect sense.
But yeah, so the box of it's a box of 12. You know, he bought it from that.
I've started using. Hold on.
That store named after a river.
Hold on. Chad is our first out of town sponsor. He is. He would send us $5 a month on Venmo. Hey, you got to start somewhere as a sponsor, right? You know, a sponsor is a sponsor, right? Here you go, Chad.
Chad, I'll take $5 a month.
I think I give you more than $5 a month.
I don't think anybody knows this. So Chad and I have actually known each other since we were like 5 years old. He is the one that named Wee Bit Fancy. So we have to give mad props to Chad for that. But he also lives in Jeff City. So what? You come in maybe once every third week, I'd say on average?
Maybe once a month or
once
so.
Once a month-ish? So he's usually in here grabbing a 6-pack of Crowlers, or he's texting one of the bartenders saying, hey, I'm going to swing through. Fill me these. I'll pick them up. So he probably buys more to-goes than anybody else does.
Here's the important question, Chad. You named Wee Bit Fancy. Is that your favorite beer here?
It is one of my favorites, but I think overall, for sure, the flagship Tip and Stout is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Are you sure that the original Tippin is your favorite?
Well, that is a good point. The barrel aged Tip and Stout was even better.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
I'd forgotten about that.
Do you still have a Crowler of that, by the way?
I just finished it about
Just
3
finished?
weeks ago.
Did it stand up?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a 2021 is when you gave it to me.
Wow.
I don't know that you. Yeah. So 2021, and it was delicious.
Nice.
Will the
When are
barrel-aged
we
Tip
gonna,
and Stout return?
I was about to say, when are we going to get on that?
Potentially. Sooner than people might think.
Okay, Chad, before I get to beer questions,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
really going to start with this. We got to start with the Nolan stories.
Oh, boy.
So Nolan and
Disclaimer, Nolan was very different as a child.
Weren't we all?
Nolan and I tell people Nolan and I hated each other when we were younger, and we didn't really become friends again until probably junior year of high school.
Yeah, I think it was right around there.
Yeah, but no, we fought all the time doing sports outside of recess in elementary school, and it was, and then after that, just
Typical 5 to 10-year-old things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you gotta have that battle over the Foursquare.
Well,
For sure. Actually, I think that was one of the spots.
Yeah, Foursquare, soccer, basketball. Yeah,
All
pretty
of the
much.
things.
How did you get to the listen to the pod? How do like I still don't know why people listen to these two buffoons on the microphone.
So I knew.
Well, I only count as one. I see two of me, but
you might want to see a doctor for that. I knew Nigel from working here at Transparent, and so I saw the podcast, and that was actually, I think, January of this year when I went back through and downloaded everything and started back in, because you guys started 2020, right around COVID when that started.
we were, I think, 3 episodes in before the world started to collapse on us.
Yeah, so I started January of this year back at episode 1, and I think it was mid-April, and I had caught up at that point. But I also listened to the podcast at 2.5, 3 times speed. So it's weird listening to you guys at normal speed.
God, you guys are slow.
So Chad is blind, if everybody hasn't figured that out. But yeah, it's crazy hearing the podcast at 3 times speed. Has anybody ever tried to listen to a podcast even
No.
at 1.5 times?
No.
It is so ridiculous. But this man goes 3 times speed and can pick up every word that is being said, even though you sound like chipmunks.
I feel like that might
That's
improve
wild.
things for me.
It might.
So, Chad, tell us I'm going to give you Nigel's question. We all know what we drank when we were younger, when we were in college, the cheap stuff. What was the beer you remember that went like, oh, this is hitting a little different?
So actually, I used to not like beer. And Mom, close your ears. High school and starting into college, I would drink Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, you would.
Oh yeah,
Yes, he would.
like a champion.
Wow.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, Nolan, we have a few stories about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Seamas.
In
Remember the ladies in high school would put the Jolly Rancher in the SEMA.
That's classy.
Well, and those that went to William Chrisman.
But then in college,
So you wisened up, is what you're saying.
in college, I joined a fraternity. So like, I feel like a rite of passage to join the fraternity was you had to drink beer, but I at least would drink Coors Light. So it wasn't Natty Light that I would drink. So.
I mean, I feel like I should take some credit for you getting into
I was
craft
gonna say,
beer, right?
Nolan is a big factor for sure.
Was it just to keep Nolan as a friend? I mean, like, you're like, oh, I feel sorry for him.
No, he was trying to get rid of me.
Drink
He just
his beer.
sucked him into it.
It's always nice to have a friend that has a brewery or used to homebrew or whatever, because I would get what he would be trying and be able to provide him feedback for that.
Bye. Have a good Thanksgiving. So, do you remember what the beer was that you kind of that flipped the switch?
I know you guys always ask that, but I don't know that I recall. I feel like it was one of Nolan's, but I just don't remember what specifically it was. But that's
They all run together, don't they?
a little bit.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I've ruined your pocketbook
Hey,
on craft beer.
I'm just glad to support.
Well, I was trying to remember, Nolan, your background. Hey, it's the
What's up,
Crayons.
Scott?
In the house.
I was trying to remember, Nolan, your back, because I know you brewed at Oscar Blues and some other places before.
Yep.
Did you do a lot of the home brewing too?
I did, yeah. So I started homebrewing like junior year of college. And the funniest thing is the crazy story is like, so I'm from Lee Summit. Whenever I transferred, so my first 3 years of college were in New York. I transferred to Missouri State. When I transferred, I wanted to get into homebrewing. And so I went to Grains and Taps. And Brian actually sold me my first homebrew kit and the 2 beers that I brewed first. So Brad and Brian were like culmination for me of like getting started and going. And then I bartended for them for 6 months whenever I moved back to Kansas City to get this whole thing going as well. So it's a funny how just small the world is that those two actually got me started on this whole path. And here we are.
There we go. All right, Chad. Now I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yes, sir.
Is Tippin still your favorite?
For sure, of all the flagship beers, absolutely.
Okay, clarify outside of flagships then, because now you're making me nervous.
What? So the Encore.
If you want to say beer karma, it's okay.
No, this one is pretty darn
This is a
tasty.
safe space.
But Encore Coffee is
Okay,
yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
probably one of my favorites for sure. So
Coming up, February.
Yep,
Just
absolutely.
patience.
Now tell me the
Patience.
story of naming Wee Bit Fancy. How did you come to that?
So I think when Nolan posted about it on Facebook, he said the different type of malts and hops and everything that was in it, and I think it was some sort of French. I think it's French saison, and I don't even know what I was sitting on my back patio, and I don't know. It came to me, so it.
One of those
It's a great
prophetic
name.
moments,
It's
right?
a great
Yes, yeah.
It is a good name.
It's a fantastic beer name.
I love when people don't know how to say we, and they're just like, I'll take the bit fancy.
Can I have the ubit?
the OUI? I've heard them say OUI.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What are all the different ways that people stumble through that one?
The OI bit, yeah.
We's right.
And then they just like straight up spell it out.
Ubit,
OUI.
OUI, or just omit it completely.
Yeah, just say
can I
the
have
bit
the
fancy.
fancy?
Yeah.
Now, Nigel and I have talked about this a lot. Nigel likes to be coach beer, right?
Right.
He, if you come in, I only like this, or I don't like beer, he's going to try to get you in. And he says, his gateway drug is Weebit.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel the same way?
I feel Weebit or Tip and Stout, honestly.
I'd say 75% of the time, yeah, Weebit's a good call.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because it has like white wine characteristics, it has the beer characteristics, but then it has like the spicy character to it as well too. There's just so many things going on with that beer, and it's light, it's dry, it's not heavy on your stomach, it's just easy drinking, and it's 6.8%. So I mean, who can complain about getting there way faster than Busch Light?
It's called being efficient.
It is, but it's so interesting because a lot of those people that come in that don't know what they want, they are Busch Light drinkers, but a lot of those Busch Light drinkers drink Folgers coffee. So Tip and Stout can be just as on point as the Weebit can, and I think that's where a lot of people make the mistake is like, oh, I'm just going to put the lightest beer in front of these people as possible rather than asking like, hey, do you drink coffee? Do you drink it black? Okay, Tip and Stout may actually be up your alley as far as your palate's concerned.
Right.
But yeah, Weebit's a pretty good gateway drug.
Hey, somebody's answered their phone. Oh, it's my wife.
Can everybody please silence your phones?
Now, Stephanie.
No recording.
Oh, my
no flash photography.
Wouldn't be the first time, John. Wouldn't be the first time. You know what I think it's time for?
How was that?
Another one.
Now you get to hear your
So wait, somebody else brought a mystery.
I don't. Nigel, who's the other mystery from?
Who else brought a mystery?
Kevin. Kevin did.
Kevin brought mystery beer. We're doing mystery beers. Let's go for it.
Did you not hear the mystery beer?
He was working.
I'm over here working, sir.
Hey, you said you could do both of these at the same time.
Oh, look who's here. It's the hams.
The hams are here.
Shout out to the hams. It's the banana beer, if you like bananas.
Savannah banana.
I'm pretty sure we cannot read the ABV on this without fucking readers.
Well, unlike you,
Don't
Nigel,
look at the ABV.
I'm not going to. I just want to pull it off
unlike
the
you,
4-pack.
I actually use my glasses.
What? You wear them all the time, fool?
Hey, Nigel.
I'm not scared of them.
I wear contacts. Shut up.
Hey, Nigel.
They don't work.
Not close up. You're exactly right.
Nigel, can we have some more tasting glasses, please?
Sure, Dad.
I said please.
Conor and I actually talked about this on Brew Day. We want to get a daddy shirt for Nolan.
Yeah,
No,
Big Daddy
please
Nolan.
don't. Please don't.
Big Daddy Nolan.
I am so on board for so many things, but that is not one of them.
I feel like the more you fight it, though, the
more you
people
guys
want
want
it.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
like Connor's nickname, but the unknown
No,
Connor's
no.
nickname.
No,
Yeah.
Conor doesn't like that.
Yeah, would you
Yeah,
like
no.
us to announce that live?
No.
No.
I guess it's not live, are we?
No.
They could go back and edit it. I could say it right now.
I don't.
They could
We
edit
don't edit.
Yeah, there's no editing
We
here.
don't. We don't.
This is true.
So, Conor, you have
give me some
a
glasses.
podcast with your
Yeah, where's Brian?
your transparent sibling.
Brian's
Yep.
playing cornhole somewhere.
Lame-o.
Poor decisions.
Poor decisions. Yes, yes.
Do you edit?
No. We do not. But he does the work, so I can't speak for Brian. Did you just...
I didn't. I almost did.
Look at that, Nolan. Nolan, 2 burps.
I've been drinking for a little bit before this started.
All right, what do we got here? We got the.
Savannah banana beer is all I can see.
Yeah, if it tastes like bananas, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be a fan.
You don't like banana?
I don't. Because banana
It
and
smells,
beer.
it smells like a wit beer.
Banana and beer smells and tastes like banana runts. Nice.
That's okay.
Banana
That's okay.
runts are not my jam.
I like
this-
that.
This is definitely a wheat.
I enjoy that. I'm not sure what the ABV is going to be.
No, it's good.
I'm going to go like 4-1.
I was going to say like 5.2.
I had a few of them. They weren't great.
I'm going to go 5.1.
No, I said 4-1. Sorry. Nigel,
How dare you?
what's your guess on ABV?
How dare you?
42.
4.2?
Yep.
Okay.
Our actual retail ABV.
Let me find it. Wow.
Suspense.
It is not listed
Is
on
it,
the
is
can.
it right there
Oh,
on the
there
side?
it is. 4.6.
Oh.
Nigel wins.
Okay.
Price
Nigel
is right
gets the win.
rules.
That's 2 episodes in a row. Nigel's won the game. Actually, 3.
What does he get?
Good for him. I'm
know.
proud of him.
3 times in a row. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. When
going for the three-peat.
It feels thin. It's almost
Well,
like
so I'm,
oh, you're talking about Nigel, not the beer.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I don't know if you listened to Connor to the last episode.
that you guys did?
Yeah.
I have not, no.
So I lost a bet. Our guest was a Buffalo Bills fan. We
Ooh.
recorded 2 hours before the Chiefs-Bills game.
Oh. What did you have to do?
You should listen to this because the story's great. She was a professional ballerina for 20 years. And now she is a assistant brewer at Altered Genius in Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. That's a career change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she grew up in Buffalo, so she's a big Buffalo fan. Anyway, she is also a hunter.
Okay, yeah.
And so she was planning to do some jerky, some venison jerky, and use one of her beers as a brine. So the bet was beer brined venison jerky.
Heard.
And so now I apparently have to make venison jerky.
So
that sounds terrible, though.
I'll tell you,
Like,
there's an
what a-
8
what
or
a-
a 10-point buck that keeps coming around on the back of the brewery. If you want to,
I'm gonna need you
wanna-
to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to take that out.
You can come in and do it yourself. I don't have to do it. I was talking about that earlier today. I was like, there's one that keeps coming, and I've always said I'm gonna get a buck out of the back of this brewery, but I'd be middle brew day and then have to field dress a deer at the same time. Like, there's no way.
So we
wouldn't have it.
talked about that, and I'm the lazy hunter.
Yeah.
I will spend the $50
Yeah.
for the processor to field dress for me.
Well, I could just see people like me putting a beer on, and people are going, "This
Kinda
tastes-
gamey."
This tastes kind of irony. What is happening?"
So I lost the bet. The Bills won that game. I'm very sad, but I get to make.
Understood.
But you should listen to that.
What
one.
are you gonna do?
Okay,
I mean,
will.
at least
I
she
will.
has like roots there instead of Cellartween over here with his Chicago.
Okay,
I don't
so
understand.
what-
You have no reason to be a Chicago fan, but
What-
you are.
what-
And not to mention of all franchises to pick too. Like,
Yeah, you're not old enough to remember when they were good.
Well, here's the thing. I think all Chicago's Bears fans are just like gluttons for punishment. So
obviously,
I think I
and then you are.
I
yeah, there's
fit
no
that
question
bill.
about that.
Is Scott Cran still sitting over there? Yep. Scott, come on down. It's time to put Scott back on the mic. Scott was probably in the first 20 episodes, Nigel?
Scott is part of the first family of Kansas City beer. We know that.
Episode 11. I
Well-
like that he reminds it. Hey, Connor,
We know the Crances travel
do you
well.
mind trading with Scott?
Not at all.
All right.
Bye, Connor. It's been
Bye,
fun.
Connor.
Hey, Nolan.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Scott Crans, welcome back to the show. So episode 11. You've had
Yeah.
a few beers since then.
A few, yeah. Just a few.
Now, if anybody knows Scott or happened to listen way long ago to episode 11, Scott is also a stargazer.
Yes.
Big into that. So here's my first question for you. What stars are out tonight? What are we looking at?
Ryan is up in the east. Jupiter is high in the east. Mars will be coming up around midnight. Oh, closer. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Although we won't be seeing nothing tonight with the rain and everything, but this is the perfect time of year for stargazing too, because the air is a lot drier, crisper, so the stars seem brighter in the sky.
How did you get into?
That was
into
my question.
stargazing?
Yeah. Why?
Because I mean, like I remember
What
as a
inspired
kid,
it?
as a Boy Scout, it was a thing. There was probably a merit badge or something somewhere. But you know, like what's that appeal to you? What's that draw?
I love looking at the stars and seeing what I can see. It's probably started out, my birthday is August 11th, which is also the peak of the Perseid meteor shower.
It's a few days too late, but that's okay.
Yeah.
August 6th
So-
is when the cool kids are born.
Yeah. But so growing up, birthday parties have it at our place on a farm. We were on a farm in the middle of nowhere, dark skies. So the entire family relation would sit outside on lawn chairs that are on the lawn and just watch the meteor shower from our birthday always. It was just always big memories for it. And I got a telescope when I was young, a small telescope, and just been always fascinated with the stars and what's going on in the sky. Now, it's astronomy and not astrology.
You're not worried about Venus being in retrograde
Yeah, I
and
don't worry.
what Sagittarius is interacting with Aquarius
How
this
often
weekend.
is
and all
that
that.
mistake made?
All the time, yes. all the time.
How often is that mistake made by members of your household?
None.
Okay.
That's good.
None.
That's good. At least they know. Right?
Yes.
Well, that was weak. I apologize.
There you
Little makeup thing.
So the beer karma is delicious
You tried it.
if you love coffee.
See,
So
I feel like the
Fun
coffee is
fact.
so muted in this.
Fun
The
fact.
peanut
And
butter
that's-
is very forward.
When I taste
He
it,
doesn't like coffee.
What-
Let's just keep it real.
You know what? that was inferred, Nigel, but thanks
Yeah.
for
I was just
mansplaining
coming in
that.
from the back. Phrasing. Here we are.
Watch out, Scott. Nigel's behind you.
the first taste of the peanut butter is great, but in the back end, all I get is coffee, and at the end, all I get is roasted coffee, and I never have, even to this day, I've never been able to get that taste of coffee in my mouth. It just does not work.
Now, so you're someone who's had all four. So what year was your favorite out of all four of the
There
beer
is a
crowns?
right answer, by the way.
I would say the cinnamon.
Yes.
Which
Yeah,
that is
the
the right answer.
atomic,
Which cinnamon?
atomic fireball.
There it is.
Atomic
That's
fireball.
the
Wrong
wrong
sentiment.
answer.
Yeah.
That's the wrong answer.
The chocolate mint was good, but I like the atomic fireball.
I like the fireball actually a lot. I thought that was fun. I wish we had
do
had
believe
more.
you admitted last year that was your favorite.
Yeah, I wish we had had more fireball actually.
Yeah,
Like-
which is crazy because I put like I want to say it was like 2.5 pounds
Yeah.
or something like that in there.
Well, after the Christmas party, someone had a big jar of the fireballs.
Yeah.
And so we were putting the fireballs actually in the beer and letting them dissolve.
Double dosing.
Double dosing it, yeah.
Is there any of that left somewhere?
That beer karma, I don't know. You got to talk to maybe Chad has some in his fridge, or Chris. You looked over real quick. You got a beer karma from last year in the fridge? No, I do actually have one of the peppermint ones in my fridge right now. That's sorry, Nigel. That's how much I dislike that one that has been sitting in there for 2 years.
I didn't hear what you said. However, I can probably guess.
Hey,
What? What'd I say?
Nigel,
You probably didn't like my version.
I didn't.
That's fine. I
got
didn't
a
like
crowler of
yours.
it. I got a crowler of it in my fridge at home right now.
I'll take it.
You want it?
Yeah, I don't like cinnamon,
Well,
so
why
there's
don't
that.
I bring it for the staff meeting and we can all share
See
it
how
together.
it's held up after
just-
2
yeah.
years.
does
Okay, Brian.
the tween is taking over behind the bar. Why don't you come join the podcast?
Yeah, Connor, you want to work tonight?
No, he's trying to leave. He's got to cook dinner.
You
Why?
don't cook. We've already been over this.
Oh,
Whoa. Yes, I do, just not great.
You could bartend for 15 minutes. Let Nigel talk.
I can do 15 minutes, man.
Sick.
okay. You the man.
Yeah, I know.
I like the look of despair on Nigel's face. They're like, oh crap.
No, I've got to
I gotta
come
go
over
talk
here.
on the show that's named after me.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
banana
it's-
thing, though,
It's not like
Kevin.
he's the headliner.
Yeah.
I appreciate the beer karma. That was a weird beer, bro.
Actually, hey, John, I'm gonna pass that around. You guys
Was
should
it
try
really
that.
Savannah banana?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Is it from Savannah?
Where's the can?
He took it.
I can't read those
Hey,
letters.
Can you guys pass the mic around while you're talking to them?
No. I'm sitting down.
What style of beer is it, Connor? It just says.
It's a
Camden
banana
Savannah.
blonde.
Just give it to me.
It's definitely just like a whip beer.
It feels like a wit beer. Ale brewed with bananas.
Yes, we did
See,
this
the
on
funny thing
purpose.
is,
Yeah. Selling these
I barely
shirts.
got any banana.
We
off
haven't
of that.
announced that. But anyway.
Yeah, but why would you add banana to whip beer when whip beers usually have banana flavors
Well, yeah,
in the
you
first
could,
place?
the yeast would just put out
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, here.
You
wanna
usually
try
get that clove and banana anyway. Why
Yeah,
would you add
that's probably
banana to it?
That's better.
Is that better?
Better. It's a way different
What'd you say,
vantage
Storms?
point from here.
Well, it's the German yeast. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why would you add banana to this when you can get it out of the yeast? That makes no sense to me.
So there was a question if Nigel and I had planned wearing the same shirt today. The answer is yes, because
It's
if
Beer
you
Karma
want,
Day.
it's Beer Karma Day. Also, Beer Karma shirts are available for sale. See Nigel, get yourself a Beer Karma shirt.
I want my cut.
You got a shirt. The Max are here. Welcome. You need another shirt? You need one for Mindy?
No. Oh, Mindy might take one.
Yeah. What size?
She would. I don't know. I'll text her.
Yeah. Text her.
Wow,
We'll
you
benefit.
should know these things.
It depends. It depends on the shirt.
4XL.
$400.
I can't figure these breweries that have the smalls and medium T-shirts. What kind of craft beer drinkers are smalls or mediums?
A lot of them, actually.
You would be surprised at
Have
how
you-
fast smalls and mediums go.
Apparently, you don't drink a lot of craft beer.
It is astounding how fast the smalls
We're out of
and mediums.
mediums of our
Wow.
new shirts.
Already?
They're gone.
Who? Like, what children
Scott,
are coming in
have
and
you
buying
looked
our
at the
T-shirts? I
Cellartween?
have to ask that question.
Lingwalls.
Okay,
you know,
here's-
He's a
they're
tiny,
medium
tiny
people.
boy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
There's a lot of medium people out there.
I guess.
I'm the first one to check in beer karma.
Congratulations.
John Bedoin, the first to check in Beer
Congratulations.
Karma on Untapped.
What'd you rate it? A 5, I know.
That
You're
can't be
a liar.
right.
Go.
Because
Leave.
I've already
Get out.
Get out!
I've already logged it in. So
Not only do you have to leave now, John, but he's charging you double.
Yeah.
No, the right one's in there. Trust me.
yeah.
I'll be on it because I don't want. I don't want you texting me.
Up your search word game. Up your search word game.
Here we
All
are.
right, well, I think that leads to Scott and his
I-
usage of Untapped.
I take that serious. Yes.
Are we about to have a
How many
intervention on your
check-ins do
Untapped?
you have?
Oh my God.
Have you looked lately?
No, I have not actually.
It's.
I just keep drinking
What's
beer.
the over under? I know it's over 5,000.
Oh yeah. I did that
Oh.
years ago.
Here we are.
So let's set
And we're talking about unique check-ins, not just check-ins.
Unique check-ins.
So we're
we
gonna
got?
set the over under at 6,000.
I'm gonna say it's like 8,400.
How many think it's over 6,000?
For unique?
Unique
Yeah,
check-ins.
unique.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to give him over 6. Stop cheating, Chris.
Chris just checked.
I haven't looked in a while. Last night it was like 13,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Unique check-ins.
Unique check-ins. Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's a ways over that now.
It's a ways over that.
15,000.
Scott, what is it?
16,883
How many years have you been on Untapped?
since 2014.
Damn, I've been on since
10 years.
2012, and I'm not even doing that shit.
What are you
years.
at?
Probably like 5,000.
I think I'm at 2.
Yeah, because we had him to sign up for Untapped years ago, and he's checked in 2 beers. He's totally on top of it.
Why do I want a public record of my
Hold on.
drinking?
I'm over 6,000 now.
Are the 2 beers that you checked in your beer karmas?
No.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Again, why do I want public record of my drinking?
You're on a podcast, for God's sakes.
That could be fake.
No, you
that
want
could be fake news.
You want public record of the fact that both of yours were better than Nigel's.
You
Well,
know,
we're
I
back
don't.
to that.
I don't need to rub that in.
We're
I mean,
back
the
to
world
that.
knows.
Sure. Okay.
The world knows
Heard.
that my flavor, my palate is better.
Jazz, got it.
Like I can do the jazz.
That's what I hear.
All I'm thinking of is Jim Carrey.
Well, here we are.
When did you have your first poll on the beer karma today? Because I know you didn't wait until 6.
Because Nolan was still fiddling with it. But then when Conor, I love when you under promise and over deliver. And I told everybody at 3 o'clock, and it was like 2 o'clock, and Conor's like, "Oh, it's ready." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And so everybody had a little taste, and Brian was bitching because I gave him a taste, not a full glass. I'm like, "Calm down, bro." He's like, "We doing sensory? Why not?" Yeah. So no, it's that thing's pop. It pops, man. Well done for the. I know Nolan was a little verklempt about going with peanut butter.
Yeah, I heard you were a little hesitant when I said I wanted.
You
peanut butter.
heard it. That was on the text message. Remember that shit? He was like, "Hell
Well, at
no."
least it wasn't
I don't
pumpkin.
know. Yeah. Oh well, we wouldn't be doing it if it was pumpkin. I don't know that I was.
Nobody really likes pumpkin
Let's be
beer.
honest.
Come on,
Not really.
not
no.
really. It's
Especially-
fake.
especially when
Everybody's
they're-
lying.
Especially when they're released in June. Who gives a shit about pumpkin in June? Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
No one.
Yeah. Exactly.
No.
No, I wouldn't say I was verklempt about peanut butter.
Just a great
it
word.
It was just kind of, it's one I haven't done, and obviously you guys know my brew style. I'm not big on adjuncts, so this beer every year is kind of a mental
Departure.
hurdle
Yeah.
for
so
me,
people-
right? Because I have to get over that and just put shit in the beer that I wouldn't normally put shit in the beer.
Yeah.
So
but
he
it
sends
worked
me a
out well.
text. You sent me a text that said, how strong do you want the flavors to be? And
Yeah.
my response was, well, I know how you like to do things, so go there and then a minimum of 20% more.
Which we
rude.
did, and I was talking to Nick earlier. I've never used PB2 in a beer before.
Really?
So that's what we used for the peanut butter.
I
was
didn't even
PB2.
know powdered peanut butter was a thing.
Right, which of course we ran into boiler issues for the brew day, which completely extended everything and changed everything and made it harder than it needed to be. But when we got done with the initial brew, the coffee was there, but the peanut butter flavor aroma did not impart the way that I wanted to. And then when we drained the kettle after transferring over to the Whirlpool, there was a lot of peanut butter chunks and stuff. So we actually ended up having to get peanut butter extract to add it to really kind of boost that flavor through, which I think we hit the level perfect on it. It's, the peanut butter's there. It's not overpowering. It doesn't taste extracty. It actually feels like
that's what I was
actual
gonna
peanut
say.
butter in it. It's not like medicinal. And that's what I struggle with extracts on, is they taste medicinal to me. So.
Yeah, you don't get that cough syrup feel.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
So
Although you can never have too much peanut butter, though.
I agree with you, but peanut butter extract, you can have too much peanut butter extract. Yeah, for sure.
So as you're talking about your process in this, do you cook?
Do I cook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost the only one that cooks at home.
Really?
Yeah. Mindy will hop in on a meal or two here or there, but I do all the cooking. Now, she cleans way more than I do.
Oh, she's like Connor.
Yeah. Well, I clean a lot here, or I used to clean a lot here, so I'm kind of like burnt out on cleaning. So she takes out.
I think I was born burnt out on cleaning.
Yeah, I'm kind
Who's
of there
the
with
cleaner in your house? I know it's not Charlie.
What cleaning?
No. What? It's like what barrels? What cleaning? So we have this thing in our house. It's called rage cleaning.
Oh God.
Is this you guys are in a fight with each other, or you're both just pissed at the house?
And it's just you're like somebody left something out. God damn it! Now I'm cleaning everything.
Yeah.
I know the 17-year-old can't fucking help at all.
Well, the teenager. It's time to clean. All of a sudden, he has to poop. He gone.
Charlie's laughing at that. Is that you, Charlie? Oh, Connor's laughing at that too. He said pooping is fun. Pooping's funny.
I mean, I've heard of getting shits for many different reasons, but cleaning shits,
he'd rather give a shit than clean.
Yeah. For those who come to breweries and poop, clean up after yourselves. Just won't call it. Well, just won't call it. Don't be that person. I know who went to the bathroom last. I know.
Why are we stopping at pooping? Just if you go to the bathroom and make a mess, just clean it up.
Some people don't do that.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And I wonder what they're doing at home.
This went off the rails fast.
No, dude, we could totally have a podcast just on the shit that happens in brewery bathrooms.
True.
Yeah. The shit that happens. That's the title.
That's the name of the podcast.
The shit that
happens at brewery bathrooms.
I can't tell if Karen's over there laughing or if she's just really like, God, guys, change the damn subject. I don't want you to talk about poop anymore.
She's been on this podcast before. She knows how it goes.
They lived in like a 400 square foot trailer for 6 years.
Ooh, what's that like?
There's no hiding the poop.
Oh, man. Yeah. Fair point.
Well, you can hide the poop, but it's the smell that gets you.
Yeah. That's that funk. Give me that funk.
Oh, I'm sorry. 236 square feet in that trailer.
Wow. That's a life. Rage. We have to imagine rage cleaning an airstream.
Your rage clean is an hour and a half. It takes them 5 minutes. Done.
The rager's over.
I'm trying to lift those dishes out. Now I'm cleaning everything.
So I need to ask you, what do you think about your beer?
I think this turned out really, really well.
Better than your first go?
So Nolan said there was a little mishap with the boiler.
What about the boiler? Yeah, it died.
What it really means is the boiler died 10 minutes into the boil.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know how that would, because I don't know brewing. Right. I didn't know how that would affect. And you said a lot of the peanut butter didn't really mix in.
Yeah, and I don't know if the peanut butter would have mixed in if it had boiled consistently for 60 minutes, but who knows? So the flavor just didn't come through. We had to make an adjustment, and here we are. So
it turned out well.
I think this is better than the cranberry cinnamon.
Okay.
So you like this iteration better?
I do. My thought when we had the first year with the cranberry cinnamon was I would have liked to have gone farther with the cranberry.
I would agree with that.
I think it needed a little more of that.
It was pretty light. Yeah.
It was light. I mean,
but I also know you do really, really subtle flavors.
Right. Yeah. I like balance and subtleness and beers. I think it's
sometimes
nice.
I think you need to punch people in the face.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's not his style.
Yeah. It's not. I've never been in a fist fight in my life, so what are you gonna do?
Not even with Chad?
No, not even with Chad.
Not even over tetherball with Chad.
Never got in a fist fight, but. Which Nigel, you've met McCoy. McCoy can't believe that I haven't, but because he's very much a punch somebody in the face kind of person. So
He's so mild-mannered, though.
no, basically.
What do you think is the strongest flavored beer you've done here? So because you don't go real strong with adjuncts.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it was? It was Gypsy Ginger, the lager. We did.
I don't remember that. Why? Yeah. You got a
Gypsy
lot
Gin, Nigel, you hadn't started yet. It was one of the ones we did over the summer. Fixing audio issues here. Nope, that made it worse. Where we at? How's that? There we go. Now we're better.
There we go.
Gypsy Ginger Lager. Yeah, that was 13 pounds of ginger root that we sat here and peeled for 6 hours. I thought it was going to take us an hour to get it done. And put it into the...
Peeling ginger is not easy or fun.
No, it's not. And I would do this beer completely differently the next time. But it was so intense on the ginger that if I had 2 pours, my tongue would burn.
Oh, wow.
And it would actually feel like I had like eaten everybody will relate to this, a pizza roll a minute before it cooled down.
Oh, yeah.
And like burned your tongue.
Yeah.
Like my whole tongue would feel that way after having like 2 pours of those Gypsy Ginger. Which it tasted great. The ginger was like amazing. It was in your face, but it was intense whenever you had it.
Ginger's tricky.
Which
Now I want
pulled
pizza
his
rolls.
Untapped up on Gypsy Ginger.
This is
So
why I love Untapped.
Yeah.
Because I can go in and say,
What did I drink?
I had it November 1st, 21.
21.
And I said the ginger was fairly late, making it for easy drinking.
Now I remember that released. That would have released like August, September
So maybe
time.
it was-
So you caught end of batch and maybe it mellowed
Maybe it
by the end
mellowed
of the
out
batch.
some, yeah.
But I mean, outside of that, if we're talking like intense flavors, What Barrels is definitely up there as far as intense flavors concerned. Or the Wee Heavy, Wee Heavy Weigh-In is a pretty intense because it's a barrel aged Wee Heavy with tart cherries on it. So it's just a lot of flavors.
I don't know that I had that one.
I think I did.
That's one
You
of my
had
favorites.
you guys have had it. I haven't brewed it in a couple of years. I need to bring it back next year.
It's
but,
one of my favorites, yeah.
It's such a labor intensive beer that I've just kind of put
So
it to the side a little
we
bit.
do this again in 3 years.
Yeah. In 3 years, are we not doing it next year?
No, he's
Well, like,
skipping to his next go.
If
year?
it skips around, do I get
Yeah.
a third turn?
Yeah, why not? I feel like after 2 rounds, maybe we should come up with a different base beer. Though.
I agree with you there, but my question is this:
Noise.
Hey, you finally joined the club.
Yeah.
I've been working.
You've been back there hanging
I couldn't
out.
burp in front of the peoples.
Sure, you can.
It's rude.
It's not like they don't know you're an asshole.
You have to grab the
Whoa.
you have to grab the microphone and do it.
Yeah, when you're walking around, you don't really burp. When you sit, it kind of marinates.
Ferments, yeah.
Right, see? Ferments.
So here's where I was going to go: is if I come back with a flavor and it's I want to punch somebody in the face, are you going to be ready for that?
Yeah, we can do it. As long as I can say it wasn't me.
Look, you know it's being recorded, Nolan.
Yeah,
I'm
fully aware.
Absolutely, you did.
We're going to the tape, Bob.
By the next time that you come around, I may not even be in the the brewery on a daily basis.
You'll be talking to Connor.
I mean, look at that point. The cellar teenager is probably going to drive you away.
Yeah, maybe.
He'd be a cellar senior by then.
No.
Well, in 4 years, he might be a senior.
Look at him. Look at him. He's like 5 years old right now. How is he going to be a senior in 3 years?
Well, I didn't mean like senior citizen. I meant
Imagine
senior in
if he
school.
didn't have that beard.
Gotcha.
If he didn't have that beard, he'd look 17.
No, he'd look 12.
Oh, not even 17.
Yeah, he'd look
No,
12.
you wouldn't look 17.
11 years old. It's
Here's what I know, and we'll find this out in a little bit. Like who looks older, my 17-year-old or Connor?
I think your son actually does. To be honest with you. I've seen Charlie walking down the street. I'm like, what is that? That old man needs some help. No.
Connor, when did you start growing a beard?
When I could fully grow a beard, I was probably like
22, 23.
Wow.
So you've had a beard since 23 just to make yourself look older?
I've had facial hair, but when I worked at the sushi restaurant,
Yeah.
nothing. It was baby face.
You were babyface at Wasabi's
When you discovered him?
Yeah, when I found him.
What is the discovery story?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was we had gone to the Bob Wasabi a couple of times, and Connor was actually my server twice when we went there. And the second
Was
time
he
that
any
I
good?
yeah, he was very good.
Okay.
He wouldn't have a job here if he wasn't good.
Oh, damn.
But
He kept your table clean, I bet.
We'll say that again.
But he kept your table clean.
Kept the table clean. He was very attentive. But I knew that Bob Wasabi was going out of business, so we went one more time. to just have it again because it was the best sushi joint in Kansas City without question. But when I went, I knew they were closing, and he did such a good job every time. I looked at him and I was like, hey, are you looking for another job after this? He goes, yeah, I think so. So I gave him a card, and I thought that we had lost him, but I think, Connor, 3 months after? 2 months after he finally came in and was sitting at the end of the bar and came in and interviewed, and here we are. He's now our longest standing full-time employee.
Nice.
What are the sizes on Beer Karma shirts?
I think we go up to do we go to double? Well, yeah, like I'm a double fatty.
Did you dig into the box?
It's a.
Well, they're all bunched together by size, which here we are.
Sure about
we
that?
might.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's.
'Cause I
Any,
did
we
it.
went up when we ordered. We went up to
I think
triples.
there's
but I don't
double-
know if there's any triples left.
I think there might be a double fat man in there. Yeah. This. Uh-oh. You found one?
I thought there might be one.
Yeah. It'll be a muscle shirt, Chad. That's fine.
You got to cut the sleeves off. Show the guns.
Yeah, show the guns.
Need some mediums.
$25. Make it holla. Or you can just send Nick a Venmo.
Can I just do that?
Yeah.
Chad, just donate to the podcast.
There you go. Just
That'll
send-
work. That'll work too.
Find Nick on Venmo. It's fine.
I'll find Nick. I was gonna say I found Nigel for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole story behind my Venmo. We don't want to know about that.
Whoa. Whoa.
Here we are.
What industry were you in prior to working here?
It won't be a surprise. Bye, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Thanks,
We'll see you Friday, Chad.
Chad. It wouldn't be if I tell you the story. It wouldn't be a surprise. You'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I don't think you can surprise me anymore.
No,
Yeah.
I can't surprise myself. Shit, what are you talking about? Here we are.
Are you already thinking about your Nigel? You'll be Beer Karma next year. Are you thinking about your
I
flavors?
can't think that far ahead, bro.
I mean, you got.
You know this man is going to be 2 days before going, Nolan, you need to order this, this, and this.
I'm gonna give you a heads up.
He's not even gonna do that. He's gonna be like, I want to do this. What do you think?
You know what? Fuck both y'all.
See, honestly, I've been waiting for one of you to be like, immediately after releasing the prior one, going like, okay, I want to barrel age mine. Don't tell the other one. Let's brew it now. Put it on barrels.
So we talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
And I am down.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened, to be honest with you.
Well, I think you sold it before we barrel aged.
But if you're in barrel age, you got to start it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's got at least 6 months.
This one's gonna be good to put in a barrel, I think. You think?
What do you mean?
This one?
The peanut butter oil?
Yeah.
Well, it's already finished and carved and whatever. How am I going to get it into a barrel?
I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of barrels back there.
It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen, Nigel. That's what I'm trying to say.
What barrels, right?
Yeah,
what barrels?
What are you talking about?
All right, well, look, here's what we'll do. Connor needs to brew another batch of it, and we'll put it in barrels.
Did you hear that, Connor?
You got homework.
Get on it.
We do like a tiny barrel.
Can we do a tiny barrel?
Sure. You want to buy it? I'm not putting 5 gallons in a barrel.
We can find a 5-gallon barrel. Just
Sure.
put it in there.
How hard are barrels to find?
Tiny
Not-
ones?
they're not that
hard.
I just don't want to spend the money on 5 gallons.
That's true. That's
We'll have Nick do it. It's his beer.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine.
Heard.
There you go.
How much? So we just did a run. And so how much beer is that of the Beer Karma?
What do you mean?
7 kegs.
Like in a barrel or
7
like
kegs?
total batch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably 4.3 barrels, so it'd be 8 and a partial kegs. Something like that.
I think he said 7 and 2 very full partials.
7 and 2 very full part. Why
Yeah.
did we get 2? Why did we get 2 partials?
Well,
Connor?
7, a sixtel, and a very full partial sixtel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now
I
here's
need to throw him under
here's
the
what
bus
here's
and
what
shit.
I want to know. Are we going to have like we did my first time? When in July, hey, I found a hidden keg.
Oh no. We've
Dude,
corrected.
that is a sore subject. Do not go there.
Yeah, we've corrected our processes on the keg cooler.
You trying to get motherfuckers fired up in here?
I mean, look, if I can choose which ones, Nolan.
Dude, you don't have many choices. Goddamn.
I feel like we need to Russian roulette it.
I'll
Just
take
roll the dice, just like a beer.
Whoever rolls a 4.
I'll get video of that shit.
No, that was a happy accident. We had fun with Christmas in July on that one, so that was, one of those, because that was the first year that happened, right? So one of the growing pains, just trying to figure out processes and how to make sure something like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And we figured it out pretty quick. So
That was fun. You know, we did do another Beer Karma collab with in Pittsburgh with
Shout out to
Helicon
Brewing.
in the summer. We did a tropical stout with mango, coconut, and cocoa nibs.
And it was funny because, you know, I told Nolan, they're much like Transparent. They were like, we've never put any like this kind of shit in our system.
Right.
What the fuck?
They ordered like 3 different mango purees to figure out what they wanted.
I listened to that podcast. It was fun hearing you guys taste each one and kind of decide.
Yeah.
Because it felt very similar to a process that I would do. All right, well, we have this beer. Let's dose it.
Except
let's figure
for
it
we were
out.
very loaded.
Because I owe them some wee bit because their favorite style is Saison.
Oh, no.
Oh,
nice.
yeah. So I owe them some wee bit. I figured we'd wait till Beer Karma's done to send them some of that.
Oh, yeah.
A couple crowlers and a 4-pack, all of that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Shout out to Helicon Brewing for letting us come up there and do that shit.
That's funny that you listened to us tasting the mango because we had been drinking all day long.
No,
by the time we got to that,
we had brewed first. We were there at 8 a.m. It was a brew day.
Yeah, I'm
well,
sure
we were drinking while we brewed.
I would say, you poured at 10, another one at 11.
Well, but the nice thing
5
about their
hours
brewery
passes
was,
by.
again, the nice thing about their brewery was it was much like here. All their beers were like sessionable.
Yeah.
There was nothing over 7%.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Which will allow
Goodbye,
you to drink
Charlie.
all day. See you, Charlie.
Did you leave money? Did he pay? Okay, good.
Did you get his military discount?
Sorry, are you going to take that
okay,
disrespect?
good. I'm
Did you get
glad
your
that you got
military
his. Yeah.
He saved his whopping 37 cents.
Perfect.
Yeah, but I mean, those sessional bull beers, they'll get you through 5 hours, but after 5 hours, it doesn't matter what percentage you are. It's gonna catch up to you.
That hef that we were drinking was really, really
No,
good.
that was one of their
and that is not
favorite,
my favorite style, but it was fantastic.
But isn't that crazy though? Even though a beer is not your favorite style, if it is executed properly,
yes.
it's great. I mean, as long as it's balanced and everything's where it's supposed to be and the levels are right, like a beer can be fantastic even if it's not your style.
I mean, Mary Monk is not my style, but it's done well.
Yeah,
So, here we go. Here comes the soapbox. If you know style, then you're not gonna be like, I don't like that kind of beer.
Right.
Shut the hell up and learn styles. Chris, what? No, nobody's doing Brett beers, man.
I understand that you love Brett's, but that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
That's not.
That's why people don't do Brett's anymore.
Chris Ham is the brewer at KC Beer Co. He's pointing at me going, yep, I know what you're talking about. So, yeah,
Chris,
that's a whole
is there a
other
Brett
issue.
beer at KC Beer right now? Never will be.
There has been.
But how long ago?
Not that long.
Really?
There is one in the cellar now.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it.
All right, for those of us that don't know, why are brewers cringing at making that style?
So it's not that all brewers are, but when you start playing with bacteria, which Brett is a bacteria, right? It can get stuck into cracks and crevices in your system, and then there's potential chance for infection. Now, that being said, today cleaning processes and things like that have been figured out much better than they were 10 years ago. But there is the chance that Brett could run rampant through all of your tanks, and you don't clean it, and next thing you know, every single beer you brew is infected with Brettanomyces and changes the flavors.
Gotcha.
So it's if your processes are on, you're doing everything properly, then it's going to be fine.
But even if you do one,
so
it's a volatile beer when you pour it. It's frothy as fuck.
And there's a chance for secondary fermentation and packaging, and there's all of these things that could potentially go wrong with Brett.
Yeah.
And it's just not something I'm interested in right now. Eventually, yes. Because it's not my expertise, but if there was somebody that I could hire on here that knows sours, knows Brettanomyces, knows how to control it, and we can make sure that there is no chance that it moves into Wee Bit Fancy or Kickstand Kolsch, though I will say Wee Bit on Brett
would be amazing.
It would be good, yeah.
So he just needs to buy you a system.
Somebody needs to build
in a
not
separate
buy me a system. Somebody needs to build me a building.
It has to be a
system,
separate building,
completely
yes.
separate draft line, separate kegs, separate.
Several years
There you go. We're gonna need $15,000. That's all you need.
You wish. Somebody's got $1 million they want to throw at this place. Let's do it. Brettanomyces all day.
Several years ago.
Yes, they were.
Several years ago, and at Shell's Brewing in Nolan, Minnesota, had that same issue. They had Brett beer, and it got wild, and it went through the entire brewery. They ended up shutting down for a month so everything could go through a deep cleaning. And when they restarted doing sours and Brett's, they bought a building on the other side of New Ulm with a whole complete separate beer system. Yeah. Brewers over there did not go into the Shell's brewery and back and forth. They did not intermingle.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so
Chris,
he
you're
just-
right. Sours used to be like that as well, yeah. But and the knowledge in the last 10, 15 years of sours, of Brettanomyces, has increased drastically. I mean, we know way more than we ever did about those sour fermentations, the wild fermentations. And there are breweries that have made their whole career on wild fermentations, right? But it's just something that I don't know enough about, and I don't have the time to research right now. So one day. Yeah, it is. It's space.
All right. Hey, so look, but this time next year, $1 million check to Nolan.
100%.
We'll be on it.
There you go.
You can have it. I'll make it happen. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'll throw in $5 for. I'll throw in $5.
$50.
That's a shit ton of dollars.
It is. Well, we did it. You did it without me. Good job.
Yeah, you know, I do a few shows a week without you.
Oh, we got a couple of bogeys coming in. Oh, it's your son.
Oh, my brother and my son.
Oh, get up here, Connor.
Get up
here, Connor. Who looks older?
Should we do one more last?
Oh, yeah, let's do one last. It's time.
Come on.
Mystery.
Hello, gentlemen.
My brother Jonathan walks in. My son, who looks older than Connor.
Your brother looks younger than Connor.
Yeah.
Or older than Connor.
Listen, that old man, don't give him any credit. He's old.
What are you going to do?
Okay, Mud Puppy Porter. From, where is it?
Central
from?
Waters.
Hey,
Central
Connor.
Waters.
Yeah.
You know this beer, don't you? You probably already had it.
I might have, yeah.
Speaking of beers,
Princess Kranz.
all the Kranzes are here.
All the Kranzes are here.
Welcome the first family of Kansas City beer to Beer Carmenite. Here we are.
Where's the youngest?
They went home.
Are we missing one?
Yeah, Sarah and Chase.
My youngest daughter, Sarah, and her husband are back from Tokyo for 3 weeks.
Oh, it's you show up and
nice.
you do something nice.
I'm gonna do a used glass. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna
It
let
was
Connor to
it
work.
was the Savannah Bananas wheat in it. It's not going to contaminate it.
I'll put it in the beer karma glass. How about that?
Sure.
Hey, Cindy,
There you go.
my beers are on the table at the end there.
I like that. That's the best use of the mic you've had this entire time.
You gotta hell it. That's right.
Wife, bring me beer.
Here we go.
Charlie, we're going to need to get a picture of you and Connor next to each other because we have a contest. Who looks older, Connor or Charlie?
He's looking for him. He's like, I can't even see him over there.
What's our style again?
Porter.
Yep. From Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
All right, Nigel. Did you look?
No, I did not look at the ABV. It's very thin.
Listen. We're skilled at this. We've done this a few times.
It's very thin.
Also, he's blind.
Yeah, I've had it.
I believe
For a porter.
that, bro. You messed up the game, Scott.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? Take the microphone from him. He's done. He's done.
You're done. Turn the microphone off. Can't take you anywhere.
Yes.
Nolan, what is your guess on the
On
ABV?
ABV.
I'm going to go 5-4.
Nigel poured me the wrong glass?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it.
Oh, whose glass is that? That's your glass?
Yeah.
I mean, here we are. You got a lot of letters in your glass, just like Cesar.
That's probably who you poured into with Cesar's.
And we've been the first time I've done that.
Yeah.
You didn't die.
Yeah, that's what you didn't even look for a number. You just looked for 3 lines on the glass and went, yep, that's it.
Goddamn right.
All right. So
Oh, there it is.
Cesar's.
Let's take a picture and send it to Cesar.
There you go.
where is Cesar? Why is he not here?
He's on his way to Austin, Texas.
Boo.
Uh,
All right.
Indecisive wheat.
Nolan says
5-4.
4-5 or 5-4.
5-4. I'm gonna price this right.
I'm
You
gonna go higher.
5-3.
You just, wait.
Price is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're about to fuss at
I'm
me.
gonna
Yeah,
go.
I was.
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna go 5-8.
Actual retail ABV, if I could read it,
I've got a tight window here.
5.6.
is it 5.6?
5.6.
Does it say that on the can? Because sometimes Untapped and the cans are totally different.
So,
True.
well, why don't you get your old man eyes on that thing and figure
I
out if it
can't.
did or
My
not?
hands
Chad,
are full.
where's the spectacles?
Look, I've got GB over here. What is it? He can't see either. This motherfucker.
Give me the damn can. I'm the only one under 40 over here.
He's like, there it is, right there. What is it?
5.6.
5.6.
5.6 your actual retail ABV.
Make us say, I should have saved some for you. Yeah.
Nolan, hey, thanks for letting us brew
do this again.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely. No, it's fun every year. I look forward to it. So it does, as much as it is a different style of brewing to me, it kind of pushes me out of the comfort zone and everything. It makes me try something different. So it's fun.
So now the challenge is on you, Nigel. Next year, how are you going to challenge him?
I don't know.
Push it.
I haven't
Push
made
it
it
good.
through this year yet.
Push
okay?
it real good.
None of us have made it through this year yet.
You just push it real good on me, bro. Conor, thanks for subbing, man. I know you were trying to bounce. If the wife's mad at me, I don't know. I'll send her.
We'll send her some beer karma.
Conor, I paused the music. You can just leave it off until we're done recording.
Anyway.
You know what?
Let's wrap it up.
With that, Nigel, you know what? You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, most any of your favorite podcast apps. I think we're on the socials.
Yeah. And sure, YouTube.
Facebook,
the artist formerly known as X.
You think that he would be used to this by now? That we have done this for.
This is not the way we normally do it.
Do you guys post on E-Bombs World as well? Maybe Ask Jeeves.
We're on MySpace.
MySpace?
Yeah.
Nice. Are you friends with Tom?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Are you? Nice.
Nice. If you want to follow Transparent, we're on the Facebooks, Instas. And we're now on TikTok.
So, and we need followers so we can go live.
Yeah, everybody follow us on TikTok.
Please.
On the Tiki-Taki.
We're at 58. We need 1,000. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
If you can follow us twice, please do it.
There's 20 of you in here right now. We could be at 78 in about 10 seconds. Let's go.
And we know if you follow us or not, so don't fuck around, okay?
Hey, and one last thing on Transparent. You guys racked up a bunch of awards. The Pitch's Best of Kansas City this year.
Yeah. Best Stout 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Bar Staff 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Following on TikTok.
Hey, we got a new follower on TikTok. We were runner up in a bunch of. We were Best Sour.
Best Sour, and we got to give a shout out to Vine Street because that was the Streetlight Sour collaboration with them.
But we were Best Beer Staff, Bartender, Tap Selection.
Well, runner up on all of those.
It's still best. We're still calling
great.
it, you know.
And as far as I'm concerned, we won Best Saison this year. They pulled the category.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Boulevard got scared, said, "Hey, we should get rid of that."
Yeah.
So
heard. What else did we win?
And you know what?
We won best. We
should have
runner up
won
for best Facebook page.
Best Facebook page, best place to drink with your dog, best patio, best bar. No, we won that one. Anyways,
and we should have won best podcast.
You know what? We are the best podcast. Did you heard of the podcast or what? No.
Could you do?
Sorry about you.
Could you do a joint win with Pour? Because weren't you guys both nominated?
We were both in finalists. Yes, we were finalists. So shout out to Conor and Brian. If you haven't listened to Pour Decisions.
Our podcast offspring is what they are.
Podcast offspring. Whoa, illegitimate.
Okay. Well, hold on. So you guys are going to get me a shirt that says Daddy. I feel like you both need podcast Daddy.
We already have those.
We're working on those, but they're for our podcast daddies.
Yes. So they're like our podcast, like grandkids?
Tweens?
So they're our podcast grandparents.
Yeah.
Because we've already got daddies. Oh, my God. This is...
You know what, guys? That's it.
You've been listening to Beers with Nigel, a show about beer and other stuff, hosted by Nigel Woodbury and that other guy, Nick Parker. Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, providing bumper-to-bumper graphic design, promo products, and print services. Find them at direoil.com. Beers with Nigel is a proud member of the Fredcast Network and is available on all of your favorite podcast flavors. Find Beers with Nigel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and ask Alexa to play the Beers with Nigel podcast.